pick this one up. It has. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, how is everyone doing this fine afternoon? Hope everyone is going to enjoy the season. Just putting out an announcement real quick. Everyone knows what's going on. We will start at 8:05. We have started up 15 minutes prior to start here. So, how is everyone doing this afternoon? We have a very, very busy day at the office. I hope everyone is ready to strap in. It's that time of the season. Everything's starting back up. Evening, ads. Yeah, everyone, welcome to round one of the new esports season. There is 15 teams. 15 teams in this one. This season. Unfortunately, we only have week one comms with just me. So you're stuck with my voice for now. Hopefully try and figure it out as we go along. But yeah, we'll run through the 15 teams really quickly in a second. I'm just looking through the Discord, making sure everyone is going to the right places. Not sure why I keep getting tagged. Practice for normal Mondays. Either way, let's have a look. So we've got the cards here. There's a couple of people who didn't realise that I tagged saying that Deco is the host. They're just getting themselves together. So, for those who are new to the esports format, to the esports series, joining us for the very first time tonight maybe, we have a slightly revised way of doing things for this season compared to last season. Last season, for those who were about, will know that we only had the 8 teams. This season we have 15. We have effectively doubled that amount. We have a reserve team as well that won't properly join us until week 5. But yeah, very much our own. We've basically doubled the amount of teams. And then with that, we needed a third lobby. We've got a third lobby. I'm the only one with doing comms tonight, though. So Lobby B and Lobby C, unfortunately, don't have anything. Hopefully, people can save the replays and everything. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work. We'll wait and see. But yeah, so we've got 15 different teams on board with it. So there's 5 in this lobby right now. The way we do it is Lobby A. For qualifying, we'll have the top 5 teams from the last season in it. So if you are not new to esports, these teams will be very familiar to you. A couple will change names, but these teams will be very familiar to you. That being FGR, reigning champions FGR, by the way, after winning a very close fought battle with Falcon last time out. FGR are back, returning. I don't believe they are. I don't believe they are. Unless you're going to tag someone like Lord Hands, potentially just set up a stream or something. I don't believe they are. I did try and get some comms for today. It didn't work out. So you kind of just stuck with the one lobby, unfortunately. We'll try and get that fixed for the next time up. Even if it is just hosts potentially streaming out their point of views. But for now, you're just stuck with me. But yeah, FGR. So we got Aura in the Super 97. Yeah, so well, the leader for the main point scorer, shall I say, for the reigning champions in the 97 Super. Then you've got Ryoki returning to ALR for the first time in a long time, admittedly, in the GTR 99. And then you've got also Miku in the McLaren here for FGR. They round out their 3 tonight. Then you've got Skyline. Well, actually, we'll go down the list in actual order. Then we've got Falcon, who were Falcon and now called 2 Oil Kingdoms. Now, that's a mouthful to say. That's what they are known as now, so they will be called that for the season. And they've got Syndra, they've got Finn, and then they've got Ahmed. They're still sporting the exact same colours they did last season: the green, the black, and the orange. Potentially the red as well, if you want to class that. It's on its half there. They are running the same colours, mostly the same team as well. Then third was Arix. Then you've got Javi, Catfish, and Alessandro for them tonight in the Citroen, the Huracan, and the RTZ, respectively. And then we've got Project Platypus, who have ended 4th the last couple of seasons in a row. They've brought Zico in the V12. They've brought BX in the V12, and then Skyline in the McLaren tonight as well. And then Aero GT with Keto, Owen, and Anonymous for tonight, with the Vision, the Vantage, and the GTR 18. That rounds out Lobby A for qualifying. I'd like to stress that this is for qualifying, because we then break into, once we've done qualifying for the 3 lobbies, we then break into the top 15 times into this lobby. It should, in theory, be a lot closer this time, given that for the top 15 times. We will see how that unfolds. In Lobby B, we have the following teams. If I can find it, because apparently I've forgotten where I put it. Yeah, so in Lobby B, we've got Pegasus, we've got Apex, we've got NWR, which is Jensen's newly formed team. So that will be one to very, very much keep an eye out on. Well, I assume we'll see a couple of those guys in this lobby sooner rather than later. Then we've got Terra LX, which is the second team for Aero GT. We'll see what they can do, see if they can beat their main counterparts. And then we've also got INF, who we saw win the 12 hours of Spa we put on last week. So they've got some precedent already in ALR. There's a lot of pace on that team as well. So there is a lot of threat to people's, to the normal people's places in Lobby A. A lot more threat this time. And then in the third lobby, we've got FSC, so Friendship Crew. And in their connection race they did earlier, they had someone with a lot of pace, especially on that soft tire. They definitely knew what they were doing. So I would expect to see at least one of those guys joining us. Potentially in Lobby 8. Then we've got RCR. New for the season as well. They didn't qualify quite for the Aero Aero League race in 12 hours of Spa, but looking to redeem themselves here in Esports as we start. Then we've got AHR, Apex Hunter Racing, which you will know from that Esports event last week. They're only running 2 tonight, but still a lot of pace and definitely something to fear for once they get going proper And then we've got GXF, Great Extreme Forever, and I believe they are completely unknown to us, so they'll be interested to see what they can really bring to the table. And then we've got Ragnarok, which is Monty's team, for those who know from Monty from Mondays. He has brought a team of 4, and we'll see what they can do tonight. But for now, we are just going to give about 5 minutes, I think, unless assume Catfish is about to go. I'm just going to message him here so he knows what to do. But yeah, there's a lot more teams vying for the exact same spots that we had last season. So last season, where it was somewhat a foregone conclusion who may make the last 5, that's not going to be the case this time. That is not going to be the case this time. We'll see what really is about to go down. Yeah, I'll put that to Catfish so he knows what he's doing. We've got a couple of minutes then to kill before we get going. I'm also going to put a tag for a GT7 driver, just in case people suppress the at everyone, just because because everyone else is everyone else can just put up with it for now. Your first race of the new season, everything should be pretty hyped up. I'm going to put the YouTube comment section up real quick as well, just in case people want to talk to me throughout the entire night. We can go. Okay. There you go. But starting soon, that gives everyone awareness that we are in a position to get going as soon as possible. We'll go 04. Well, 04. That way everyone's had enough time to respond to what they need to respond to. And we'll get going. Look at that. A lot of A-pluses in this lobby tonight. And then you've got people like BX, who isn't A+, but is very much up there. I'm expecting the off-roading more than I am the stewards report, to be honest with you. Because, quite frankly, we should be in a pretty good position with the drivers that we currently have available to not kill each other. Just putting it out there. Slightly. When you think of some of it being the best of the best, you would expect people to be able to just be able to drive. But, you know. Alright, we're going. Hey, I'll put it in the chat. We are very much in the process of going whenever when they are ready, they can go. We are going to watch the 10 minutes, however, live right in front of us for the first time this season. It's actually the first time in, I think, multiple, potentially an entire game cycle, since we actually used it. So yeah, I think it's been an entire game cycle since we actually used Big Willow for anything outside of Nations Cup. I think Nations Cup was maybe the last time we actually saw it in the server. It's been a very long time. I think it was actually wicked the Wicked card, the one that looked like Doc Hudson. From Cars is the one the last time we drove around here, but so nothing in the group cars for a very long time. A lot of off-roading expected. That's already someone off the track. That's Zico taking a trip through the sand already. There's going to be a lot of that today. There's going to be a lot of that. We'll see what we can do here then. So, expecting the pole time to be somewhere between, somewhere in the low 10s, I reckon. I reckon that's what we're aiming for here. To try and get yourself on pole positions, people try and buy themselves a position on the track to take their qualifying lap. They go through with Javi on in the Citroen here, looking to get himself on the board early. And we got Javi going through the first sector here. And, oh, Zico's already out. Not sure why Zico's already out. That's not a good sign. We got Javi through there. Hello, Powerbank. Nice to see you join us. We got Javi there, heading toward the end of the second sector. 47.5 is the first two sector times here for Javi. We'll see where that stacks up with the rest of the group as we go through the opening couple of minutes in qualifying. 10 minutes to, 10 minutes total is what we have here, and then you've got the, also the tacked on 3 minutes for just added time and anything else. So 1:11.0 is the first time on the board, 13.0 for Ryoki. Alright, on to a 10.5, Alessandro 10.8. Beetle to the line is about to set a time. That's at 11.0. Beats out BX. Not quite able to beat out Javi. And Syndra goes to the top of the board. A 10.295 is a great start for him. Kito's 10.7 as well. We might have a great start for Aero GT in this one. Catfish not off to a great start. 15.7 there was for him. Ahmed up in a third. So Syndra, two oil kingdoms in particular, the team in the whole, off to a brilliant start here at Big Willow. This man here also putting in an absolute stellar first lap. Still a half second off the back of Syndra. I'd like to point out, we have 3 lobbies now. We have, I think it's 42 people in tonight, because there's a couple of teams who lost a driver or two. So if you are in that bottom 5-ish in this lobby, you might be in trouble. It might be even more than that, to be honest with you, that might end up being in trouble. There is a lot of fast drivers. We'll see how everything unfolds in this 10-minute stint. And Quito dives straight in. Ahmed is there right now. Aura didn't improve by the looks of things. Skyline and Miku did. Skyline went into the 10s. He's up in the 6th. I think that was 11.3 for Miku. A bunch of guys just going over and not improving. At this point in time, and it's very questionable now. Oh, Zico lagged out. I definitely didn't close the game, and you can see that by the fact that we're still streaming. Ahmed into the pits now then. So, well, who's the next one to the line actually? Who we got on the track that's coming to the line? Ryoki is the next one then. Is there going to be an improvement in the lap for him? Or is he going to dive into the pits? He's diving straight to the pits here. There is no Lobby B stream now. Evening, Eli. No, there isn't a Lobby B stream. As I mentioned earlier on, I'm the only person who's been doing comms, I know for certain. We think we may have someone who might be able to do a few Lobby B rounds, but I will work on figuring something out for Lobby B and Lobby C as we go along. For today, however, for Willow, you're stuck with me. Oh, Alessandro's round! Oh, he touched the dirt! He's into the gravel! into the sand, moreover, sorry, we're being in the middle of California. I think it's California. Is it Arizona, this one? Can't remember. Pretty sure it's real. Questioning my entire sense of reality at this point. Ahmed, on an outlap now. So we'll watch Ahmed's proper lap here then. So he's in third. He's currently behind Ori. Currently behind Syndra. We'll see how this is going to unfold. Also, Zico DCing from the lobby will mean he's at the back, so he'll be in lobby B or lobby C, having to fight his way through. That's not a great start for Project Platypus. Bearing in mind, we also have a revised scoring system, which kind of cut the curve just a little bit lower this season to try and make it a little bit more fair, a little bit more important than you get into lobby A. I think that was a 10-3 for someone. I'm not entirely sure who it was. It was BX. It was a 10-6 for Javi, and then BX did a 10-4, and BX is up into second. Syndra still in control of this session, however. Quito 10-6-9 up to sixth. Very much in control of this session is Syndra. No one really got anywhere near him at the moment. Bear in mind, there is a lot of drivers now. A lot of fast drivers. And if you are not doing these fast times, your position in lobby A is under heavy fire. Heavy fire in this session. That didn't look too good for Syndra because he's off the track. Syndra was dealing with the gravel there, with the sand, the dirt, whatever you want to call it on the outside. That is never a good sign. BX is down. Aura's on an outlap. Javi is on an outlap. Are we going to have anyone to the line? Quito is going through the second sector. Quito is currently 7 tenths down. Sandro was in the himself not that long ago. That's 11-0 for Ryoki up in the 10th. Skyline, that's too deep. Far too deep. Far too deep there at the edge to the final corner. Try to keep the speed. Goes to the line. Still a 10-5. Awful last corner and still managed to keep it together. And he's down to fourth because I think Miku has just gone on provisional pole in lobby A. I have to put in lobby A then here because I'm not actually sure what lobby B and lobby C tides are. There are some massive hitters in those lobbies. Jensen and Mumu are two of those massive hitters. So I would still expect the pole time to be in the low 10s, potentially, maybe even the 9s. As we continue on, Miku, however, on a flyer there, 10-9 for Finn. That won't put him in the top 10. Here's the next one to the line, because we are not very far away from running out of time on the clock here. Ryoki, I think that's it for his qualifying session, you know. I think that might be it. I think he's going to run out of time. We're going to take a look. 10-5 for Anonymous. That's a pretty good lap for him. He got out. I think he might be short. Oh, Miku spun at the line. I don't know if he was improving. It might have been, but if he was, it certainly wasn't happening after that 360. Quito to the line next. Quito, not improving. To the line with a couple more people. That's Aura and Owen as well. Aura 10-1 and Aura hit the front of the grid. Syndra 10-7, not able to improve. So it's FGR1, FGR2. Then it's 2 Oil Kingdom, I think they're renamed to, in third. In this qualifying lobby, as of right now, we are about to head to the end of the session. I don't know. I don't think Ryoki's going to get there. That's going to be close, you know. I don't think any of them are going to get there, actually. I don't think Anonymous will. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are out of time on the session, so this will be it. They go to the line, and Anonymous qualifying is over. He's only good enough for 6th. It's Ryoki afterwards, but that's a qualifying lap. He's out of that one. It's not a good time for him whatsoever. There's someone spinning there in the final corner, so that'll cut their qualifying shot. I'm not sure who the next one to the line is. Quito's there. He is the next one to the line. Then it's an Aero GT car behind him. Keto improved, but not good enough past 9th. I think it's Owen, and then it's Aura. It's Owen, not enough for him. Aura, not enough for him. Syndra to try and take... No, he can't. Miku to the line, doesn't get it either. I think there's one more left. And that'll be Ahmed. That is Ahmed to the line. Can he do anything? He's in 8th right now in this lobby. Is there anything in this? It's a 10-4. It's good enough for 4th in the lobby. That might be good enough for Lobby A as a whole. I reckon you might look to see the first 4. Well, actually, the top 9 just outside of half a second. We're going to see a lot of people here that are in very close proximity to one another. I didn't expect such a good lap out of Syndra. I'll admit that. Syndra just throwing times out there. Wasn't expecting that from him. The reigning champions stand tall in Lobby A qualifying though. Even in the 97 Super. Because reasons, apparently. We're going to have to get a proper thing on that. To be honest with you. They're going to get a proper explanation on why he's gone with the Super at some point. Provided he's willing to actually provide us with that information. Someone went into the pits, of course, so there's a few people in the pits. So we'll have to wait out the rest of the time. I think Catfish is not going to be in Lobby A. Owen, 1,000th of a second behind Ryoki, so whatever their scenario is, they are neck and neck. We'll see what is going on. We've obviously got a couple of minutes left. We've got 30 seconds actually before it goes flat onto the next screen, because there's a 3-minute add-on timer, and we'll have to wait it all out with the people, but the people actually went into the pit to the end of their laps instead of going over the line. Wet and intermediates, yeah. I reckon you should go on wets on a track that is in the middle of the desert. Get this for BX. Zico DC'd from the lobby. So he's now going to go into Lobby B or Lobby C. He'll go right to the back. Yeah, pretty big casualty, basically. Yeah, so it'll be back of Lobby C or Lobby B. I'm just going to tag BX, see what... Let's hope everyone else. And it might be, you might be right, honestly, at that point. They might be good for a trip over the sand. That might be all they're good for. Admittedly. I appreciate everyone joining us tonight. I'm just filling everything out at the moment. Just waiting for BX to go through. This is going to take a little bit longer than we're usually used to, by the way. For reference for people currently in the lobby who used to, like, if you've watched before, this is a relatively well-oiled machine most of the time. However, because of the more added people, this is going to take a little bit longer week to week. Getting everyone's results out and out the lobbies. People are going to have to go in and out of lobbies a lot more frequently, just so we can get everyone across the 3 lobbies where they need to be. But this is going to be the main event lobby. This is essentially where the top 15 guys are going to be week to week. Right up until the end of week 6. And for those who may be here for the first time, at the end of week 6, we then split essentially down to 5. The top 5 will go into the main lobby. It'll be longer races, 1.5 time races. It'll be probably about 2-hour races total. And the top 5 will then try and fight for double points, try and get themselves into a position to win a title. Everyone else can actually do them for fun, but they would be on a separate lobby, maybe at someone else's doing. But the main lobby, after on week 7 and 8, is where it is at. We get 5 teams looking to try and put themselves on the board for some ALR glory, potentially for the first time. A lot of teams looking for that first title. We've got Project Platypus that have got 2. We've got FGR who got themselves on the board for the first time last season. Falcon's got 1. I'm trying to think of everywhere the other ones. So it's and the other ones will be Arix. I think Arix on the board. Yeah, Arix on the board. FGR on the board. Project Platypus has 2, and Falcon on the board as well. I'd assume Jensen will be joining us. That's why I've allowed him to head back. So we're gonna. I'm just going through the Discord. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Just showing that on stream again. There you go. That is the results for Lobby A in qualifying. Evening. We'll end this race here. I need to do a quick lobby set. There's times 1 for that an early morning, custom weather, grid start set by host. Everything else should be the same. Oh, someone's initializing. Who is it? Oh no. Oh no. Let's try this again. Someone's had brake throttle. Oh, the pedals still Catfish's wheel just starting to make an appearance for the worst time. %6 brakes on the entire time for Catfish. That will do it. That's going to cost him Lobby A as well. I don't know whether or not he would have been here fully, but it's definitely going to cost him in the long run. Zico obviously had the DC, Catfish had the pedals issue. Not sure what happened in any of the other lobbies. BX does. I know this livery, the one we ran for the actual race last week, was actually a pretty good livery. I'll give Perry credit where it's due. Eventually, I think a lobby B stream has just gone up for Yannick. See a couple of people already taking a pot shot too. At Catfish. No, I don't want to create a new thread, to be honest with you, Discord. That's not what I want to do. That is definitely not what I want to do. Here we've got Esports qualifying results. Here we go. So, Lobby A from with me. So, Mumu is on pole. 9-7. What a lap. Jensen second. Aura third. Miku fourth. Syndra fifth. Marnik 6th. Ahmed 7th. BX 8th. Skyline 9th. Anonymous 10th. FSE Eat My Wake in 11th. Habby in 12th. Keto in 13th. Petty in 14th. And Quinn for INF in 15th. In Lobby B. Oh, there is some massive hits in some of these lobbies, you know. Lobby B, you've got Max Epico, Roticods, Finn, Owen, Huncho, Jacko, Deco, Chaos, Chaos Pate from FSC, Floppy Butt, Pissatron from RCR, Monty from Ragnarok, Scythe from RCR, Asador and Zico. And then in Lobby C, Alessandro, Taz, Pekka, Ryoki, Stigmos, Suspect, Hollywood, Latari, Catfish, M. Walter, Astro, Turb, and then the 3 GFX lads as well. So we are going to be joined here by a few new drivers. Super Silhouette 907 is absolutely insane. Absolutely ridiculous. And to be honest with you, didn't really expect anything different. Is there a team with 3 in this lobby? Yeah, actually, NWR have all 3 of their drivers in this lobby. They're the only ones. A couple of teams of 2. Okay, so Jensen team, the only one that striked first. The only one with a 100% record of drivers in Lobby A. Oh, we've got a very interesting stat line to start then. 15 teams and only one of them remain on that line already. So I'm just gonna accept the INF dudes real quick. That's who we're waiting for this lobby to get underway. So we'll wait for Marnik and company to join us. We'll get going, and then I can set up the grid, and we can do things as we are meant to do things here for qualifying. I'm going to get my lobby up, so that way I can just go bang, 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 and put things exactly where they need to be. Marnik needs to enter in. He does. Gives us the ability to change the starting grid order, which, admittedly, we don't have to change the man at the start. Jensen, however, is the man second. Then it's Aura. Then it's Miku. So, it's NWR versus FGR to start with. Syndra is next on the list. Then it's Marnik, as INF look to get on the board for the first time. It's Ahmed after that. There he is. And then 8 is BX. So we're now looking for the Project Platypus boys. And then 9th is Skyline. 10th is Anonymous. There we go. Nice run for him. Get himself in the lobby A straight away. And it's Eat My Wake is next. And then after that it is Javi in 12th. And then it is Keto in 13th. Then Petty, and then Quinn. Well, Mamamo, I think it's going to be Q53 for the rest of the stream, because I'm not saying that's going to turn into a tongue twist every time I actually have to say anything to do with his name. So he's now Q53 till the end of time. We got Petty, Keto, Javi, Eat My Wake. There's going to be one of those that just have to be full named. Anonymous, Skyline, BX, Ahmed, Marnik, Syndra, Miku, Aura, Jensen, and Mumu. As we get to the front! put a... Nope, they're not. They aren't. It's a new season for them. They look to put themselves on a title in a different coloured car under a different name entirely. Them and Falcon going to be rivals on the track. I'll give Aero his 1 minute then. Because, yeah, that makes sense. You probably have put something when you did that before you do that, but you know. Interesting choice to do everything there. So, I hope everyone is enjoying themselves. I know I am. I absolutely adore the time of the year time of the week when it comes to esports. Whilst we wait for Miku to get back then, let's have a very quick look at what's going on the track right now. 109.9 for Mumu already in this lobby. This is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Welcome to the 27 people who have joined us. Hope you all have a very fun time. Another starting soon. All people have actually had to pay attention. Got 33. Alright, we will go at 33 and then everyone can get themselves running for 51 laps of Willow Springs. There's going to be a lot of fighting, there's going to be a lot of pit stops, and there's going to be a lot of off-roading. The real question is who's going to survive this test. This track is a test unlike what we've done in ALR, just full stop, to be honest with you. Very different threat to these drivers, to what they are used to on tracks like when we go to the Nord, for example. It may be closed quarters, but they know what they're doing. They've been to the track 1,000 times. They've done it all. And they know what they're doing, what to expect. They don't really know the same here. And we're going to get going here then. So one last double check of the settings to make sure we are good. We are. And gives us a race start then. New teams up and down the grid. Everyone is going to be in with a shot. First race of the season. It is the big time. Lobby A. Starting with two NWR drivers at the front row. Mumu and Jensen is going to lead the way when the lights start coming on. There we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. As lights on, away we go on a new esports season. Jensen's going to try and cover off Aura straight away and does so pretty well. As they got Jensen to the inside of Mumu. The Super Silhouette gets off into the lead. Aura and Miku stay third and fourth. Syndra in fifth. It looks like Marnik might be fighting for his position with BX. Going 6th and 7th round the inside. And actually round the outside goes BX, trying to go the long way round in turn 2. He does go the long way round in turn 2, and it might force Ahmed a little bit further back, and it will force Ahmed a little bit further back, who started towards the front, dropped down to 8th already. Marnik's just getting in the way a little bit here. On the medium tires, we'll go on a tyre look in a split second. That looks like a Citroen trying his best to get through. Eat My Wake is going to try to go to the inside, and he will go to the inside and get in front with Skyline as well. And Anonymous is going to be the first one to trip into the sand. And he is off the track and to the back of the grid. Petty and Keto fighting it out. I think that's Skyline. And also Eat My Wake, who looks to the inside, trying to get himself toward the front. And he moves, he stays in ninth for now. Skyline trying to make a move. That's someone else into the gravel. Into the sand, rather. In the background there, and it's Q53. And Petty's going to go to the inside to take that position off him, so he drops to 14th. A little bit further forward, see if we're missing anything out here. Syndra now fighting with BX. BX is flying through the grid to start here. Syndra's doing enough to hold him back. There's a little bit of dirt kicking up from a couple of drivers in front, and down the inside goes BX. BX to the inside. BX gets in front of Syndra, and up in the 5th goes BX Royal. Marnik getting a little bit hung up there with Syndra, and now it's Ahmed on the back of him. The two ex-Falcon, I guess, in the Falcon colours, but they're, I think it's two Oil Kingdoms now they're known as. Trying to work together to take Marnik's spot. More dirt being kicked up. Nice little cinematic camera angle, that happening. I think Keep My Wake has dropped down to 12. He has, because Keto on the inside has taken that position from him. Anonymous is the one at the back. So Mumu followed by Jensen. These two are gone. Aura's 1.5 seconds off the back. Then it's BX, who is ahead of Miku now as well, because he is flying through this grid. Up into 4th already, and determined to make a good start for Project Platypus. Zico couldn't do the same. He DC'd from the first qualifying session, so he's in Lobby B, or I think he's in Lobby C actually, overall, so he's going to have to try and fight his way up, but BX is doing it rather perfectly here in Lobby A. It is all about getting on the board early, getting yourself into a position where you're just going to be really nice placed by the end of week 6. Look at everyone in the back here, just all bunched together. There is a stream up. There is actually a stream up. Or the Lobby B, sorry, my bad. There is a stream up for Lobby B. I think Yannick has it in the chat. If you want to click between those every so often, I think it's somewhere in the Esports chat for those who are not aware. But yeah, I believe he set one up. It will be under Pegasus' name, but it's better than nothing. It looks like a little bit more dirt kicked up here in the back of the field. That was by Javi, who's currently in 10th. We are not used to seeing Javi this low down. It is a very weird sight to be able to see Javi in 10th and actually pace 10th as well. That just speaks to the volumes of how much we've improved the racing level in this server just over this season. Or into this season, rather, should I say. Aura having a little bit of a snap there. And he is dropping quite heavily off the back of the guy in front. So Mumu's on soft. Let's do a tyre check. Softs for the front two here for NWR. Mediums for Aura. And softs for BX in 4th. Mediums for Miku in 5th. And Syndra in 6th. Marnik in 7th is on the medium tyres as well. Then it's Skyline on softs. Javi on softs, who's now into 9th. I'm not entirely sure who was the one who made way. I think it might have been Eat My Way, who doesn't look too great at the moment. Ahmed on mediums, Keto mediums, Q53 is on mediums as well. Petty on soft here in 13th. Anonymous on the medium tyre, then Eat My Way on soft. And he doesn't look like he has enjoyed this 4th lap in the slightest. You see the NWR badge on the side of the sunset red stripped cars here. That might be the Lancashire roads on the car as well. If that is the case, then we're going to have issues. But also, there's Aura with BX in 3rd and 4th. BX has got to make the soft tyres count. Well, he got him. Good afternoon. Good evening, Rupi. It's good. I was about to say good afternoon. It's not like it's not 8 o'clock at night. Continue on. A little bit of split starting to unfold in this field through like 5 of 51 here at Willow. There's so much with this track where if you are not on the ball constantly, every single time, then you are going to, there's a point where you touch this sand, you touch this dirt, you touch that dirt, you are going to be off the track. There's no real debating about it. You're going to have a very, very rough time. Right now, everyone's trying to get themselves involved here. I think Aura just broke outside the second mark on BX here. We're going to watch down the field, see if we can find any proper fights going into turn 1. Looks like Petty is really going after Q53 right now, trying to get that 11th space. Bearing in mind, Lobby A is the only lobby where every person scores a point. At the very least, if you are in this lobby, you are guaranteed points for your team. If you are in Lobby B and Lobby C, if you end outside the top 10, you are not getting points. So you've got to get yourself in a position think it's top 10 anyway. It's about top 12. But there are positions where you won't get points in Lobby B and Lobby C. So you've got to get yourself into a position where everything is going to go right. You've got to get yourself high up quickly. That's the benefit of being in Lobby A. If you have a bad race, which is currently the case for the FSC lad at the back of the grid, it's not too effective. You're going to get points regardless for being there. There we go. Still in the first sector. It's 4.5 seconds between Aura and Jensen. You see that gap is just enveloping at the moment. And 7 seconds realistically looking just shy of a pit stop at this point in time. I think the pit stop is one of the shortest, if not the shortest on the game. Right up there with Alsart and Brands Hatch in terms of a short pit stop. BX is already losing some grip. Yep, already already well past halfway on his right, on his front left. He's going to start losing a little bit of touch here with Aura, and Miku should be starting to bring him back. You've got Syndra also within a second. Then you got Marnik 1.2 back, and Javi after that. Everyone in this mid-pack is so close together. The front of the grid starting on the soft, try to get away early, they have done. Everyone else is so close at the starting point of this race. Started on to lap 8 for some of these guys. Hello, it looks like Inferno got some support in the chat here then. A couple of guys made it into Lobby A. Currently the highest position is Marnik in P7. See if there's going to be any changes to that. It looks like if there is, it's going to be Javi, because Javi is very much closing in, and that tyre doesn't seem to be dying on him anytime soon. The Citroen doing well on its tyres. And it looks like also BX, well, yeah, BX's tyres are significantly worse. You look at that on the car there for Project Platypus, the softs, the same compound of tyre, a lot worse off. For Lobby B, there is a stream. It should be in the Esports chat for those who are in that chat. Yannick's doing it. It isn't on ALR's channel, unfortunately, because we don't have a proper second commentator. We'll try and sort that out for next Sunday. But we're dealing with what we've got at the moment. Marnik is being chased down by Javi quite handedly in the back of the field there. In the back of the shot. Miku is starting to close down the BX, but he's also being chased just a little bit now from Syndra, who is in 6th behind him. Then my Miku started 4th. Top 3 have remained unchanged from the start of this race. The X is on soft tyres that are starting to fade away quite drastically now, and you could say the same, especially on Jensen's car here. Not necessarily the same for Mumu, sorry. It was actually over half tyre, not even half tyre wear, I don't think, in the Super Silhouette, which is absolutely insane. I'm not entirely sure how he's got so much pace in the Super Silhouette. They got Miku here, 0.6 of a second. He has really closed up that gap. Really got close to BX now, and BX is staying out again. As we are nearly a 5th of the way through this race here at Willow Springs, and not too much going off has actually happened in this one. These are the top 15 people based on their qualifying times, which a very close set of times, admittedly, outside of Mumu, who was in the 9s. It should just be 9 PP or Pegasus or something of that nature. I'm not entirely sure. If someone else had the link or the ability to get that guy the link. Why is there a Super Silhouette? Because Mumu decided to go Super Silhouette and is winning handedly. I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer. If I was to try and put some actual reasoning behind it, I'd come up empty. But then again, he is one of the quickest drivers we've ever seen, so take that. Pitch of salt. Miku looking to the inside. Tried it there. BX is heading into the pits. I think that might be one of the first pit stops we see all night, and someone made an absolute mess of it back there. Javi's currently in 7th. And he looks like he might be overtaken for 7th here. Javi's got the inside line. Ahmed trying to get round the outside, doesn't get it. They bring Keto into this now. They try and fight for 7th, Javi, Ahmed, and Keto. We are starting to see a little bit of field split now. Anonymous in 12th, Beat My Wake is in 13th. BX has dropped out the pits now. And Skyline also 33 seconds off the back, is having a bit of a rough time of it so far. And he's still got a massive advantage at the front. A 10-second advantage out front to the next car that's not branded with the same livery. Your third driver isn't in lobby A. There goes Aura into the pits, then off his medium tyres. Interesting. He could have done a lot more on those tyres. Those tyres didn't even hit halfway. I'm very intrigued to see what his strategy is then. Someone else headed into the pits there as well. Ryoki is in lobby C, I think, if I remember right. You did get 3rd and 4th though, to start with here with Miku and Aura. Ryoki not quite lucky enough to make it into the top. Miku, that didn't look too good. That looked like a lot of sliding. He's managed to keep it together. And kept himself, well, fairly composed there. A lot more composed than I thought. It definitely looked like he was going to be. Marnik is trying to get himself close enough to Syndra to try and drag along. Ahmed in 6th right now. He's got Keto so close behind him. Keto is looking like he is ready to strike. The first set of pit stops have approached here. Everyone is starting to get spread out. Keto looks to the outside here for a split second. Jensen's in for his first stop. There's going to be a lot of these tonight. There's only 12 through 51. You know, Keto just not able to get Ahmed yet. Just trying to get himself alongside, get himself close enough to really make a move, but it hasn't really happened here for the Aero GT driver here. And he's still in 6th. Petty might look at this as an advantage, a chance to get back. That tyre is starting to wear quite significantly, however. And so is Q53's in the INF, is currently in 8th place. And Aura behind, actually Aura's out ahead of Jensen. Aura's on soft, Jensen on medium, so it's now rolled reversed. At the front of the grid, Aura on the soft tyre, Jensen on the medium tyre. More fuel went into the car on that Mazda as well. I am now very intrigued to see how this goes. Strategy is going to play a massive part of this race. Tyre wear is significantly higher than most tracks will ever go to, actually. Aura taking a good chunk out of NWR to start with. And Keto's ahead of Ahmed. Keto is ahead of Ahmed now. Those two still continue on. Petty continues on as well. Yeah, B and C is equal. B and C is equal. I still think he probably wanted all 3 in Lobby A, to be completely honest with you. So, Miku ahead of Syndra still. That's 2.3 seconds now. Syndra is starting to fall away. Miku's got far better tyres, so that would explain the fall away, the drop off for Syndra here. Marnik in 3rd. Cruz trying to get himself close enough to Syndra, the Norwegian, but not really able to do it just quite as yet. So we've got a German, a Dutchman, and a Norwegian in the front 3 at the moment. 2 British flags about to pop up as well, and Mumu is out of the pits. I think that is quite significantly ahead of Aura. There's Q53, gonna try and make Aura's life just a little bit more difficult. Inferno, the Dutch team, trying to make his life more difficult, but Aura just goes to the inside and makes it work. Petty is finally in, Q53 joins him. Oh, that didn't look good. That looked like a lot of dirt being kicked up somewhere. That's Mimu. 3.2 seconds up on Aura right now. There is only 1.4 up on Jensen, because Jensen is just starting to get in a little bit of control of this one now. A little bit of control of this stint. There's BX there, out in 10th. Another set of medium tires. Actually, no, a set of medium tires. He started on the softs. It goes on his car. Then you've got Javi. Cupid 3, half tank with medium tires up into 12th. Petty behind him. And Skyline and Eat My Wake 4 seconds off. It actually hasn't been detached too far despite his early troubles. We'll see if there's going to be anything here. I am very surprised to see multiple retro cars. I think a couple of people just went, you know what, we can maybe bargain with a little bit more time here than the last couple of seasons. Which is probably not the way I would have thought about this season, admittedly. Marnik now into the pits for his first stop. Welcome to the 30 people who have joined us so far in this stream. I hope everyone is enjoying the first race of the season. Mumu rounding the outside of Quito. They're going side by side. They're still rounding. And Mumu's going to try and get himself in front. Sun will get himself in front. The fresher tyres just doing enough. That is a very good start here. This is dreamland start, I think, for NWR this season. Not until the massive advantage. Well, they don't have great brakes. That's the issue. I'm sure if the Aero was the biggest issue. They just don't have great brakes. Oh, Ahmed, that's a lot of dirt you're kicking up there. He tried to go the long way on Quito. McLaren versus, I believe that's a Nissan. And Ahmed's well past. Quito must have some sort of issue. Maybe trying to get himself to the pits here. I think he's just trying to get himself to the pits. Ahmed's kicking up a little bit of dirt. Aura's there as well. It's actually not that far ahead of the yellow, white and black FGR car, currently splitting. The two NWR cars will lead this race, or the net lead of this race. Looks like Miku's going to try and go maybe a pit stop less than everyone else. Aura looking to the inside of Ahmed potentially here. This has developed because he has got a nice run. Ahmed's gone far too deep. And Aura has given himself a little bit of a buffer up the hill. Jensen's now going to make a move on Ahmed. And these two on the same team last season. Both won a title in this server as part of Falcon. That Falcon team no longer has the Falcon name. Alright, now Ahmed is stopping Jensen from really doing anything, and it's not going to last too long. Jensen on the inside here. I don't really think Ahmed's got much of a fight. Nope, he does not. Jensen's just going to blast straight on by and back into the clutches of the FGR car in front of him. It is 2.2 seconds for Aura, who is definitely cutting that gap just a little bit. It's not too surprising that they have great tyres. Ahmed now drops into the pits for the first time. I'm pretty sure that's the first time anyway. There's a lot of different cars, a lot of different strategies. Everything is changing on a whim at the moment. Sindra there, starting to wear down that medium tyre up front left, is seemingly the cause of everyone's concern today. We'll see if people start to address that, how they start to address that going through this race. We'll see. Miku currently 4 seconds up on Sindra, so Miku is doing a good job of this, by the way. Not sure how much he's going to be able to hold on to the gap between Mumu and that kind of thing. There you go, Miku into the pits. Sindra's going to follow him. They're basically out of fuel, so they're going to go in for their first stop. Oh yeah, they're currently racing under the Falcon colours, but not the Falcon name. That's good. They're just retaining the identity of their championship season at the moment. Miku has gone on to a very short, soft stint by the looks of things, and that's BX just drifting in front of him, kicking up a little bit of dirt. They went side by side into turn 1. Miku onto the soft tyre. They only put 35% fuel in, so he doesn't think his softs are going to go very far at all in that McLaren. He should be able to make quick work of BX here, and probably both of them making quick work of Anonymous if Anonymous doesn't pit at the end of this lap. He's currently in 4th. I mean, if you gave him that at the beginning of the day, I reckon he would have snatched it from you. Miku to the inside of BX, and Miku is ahead of the Project Platypus car, and is about to make Swiss cheese, realistically. Quick work of Anonymous as well. This could not be any easier. To the inside, there's no real fight available for Anonymous here. And there goes the FGR car, and also the Project Platypus car to the inside, trying to make that move. Anonymous off the track! Anonymous took one wheel in, and he's just gone straight into the sand, and he is going to struggle now. There goes Keto, there goes Javi. All the time that Anonymous may have made up by going one pit stop less has just been thrown away immediately. I don't think that's the first one. Certainly won't be the last. Keto is having a real good go at Javi here, by the way. Go on, Keto. Let's see what you can do. Extremely strong at Spa the other week. Let's see if he's got anything in the tank to potentially go around Javi here. Front of the grid just starting to separate again. And BX in front. Keto's had so many opportunities to look to the inside, he just hasn't taken them. Should have had at least 1 or 2 moves done there. Up the hill, the opportunities presented themselves left, right and centre. Right now he's just going to have to go into the final corner, potentially get it there. He's going to go the long way round on Javi here. This is going to be potentially a problem for Keto. We've just seen one Aero GT driver go off into the dirt and catastrophically end his race. And Keto looks to have got a far better slingshot exit there. Is there a chance into turn 1? They may not even wait for turn 1. There is always a chance, and he is going to make quick work. Not even wait to the corner. That was an excellent exit. That was about as good of an exit as Keto could have possibly actually have hoped for. And he goes past Javi there. Let's go further forward real quick. 3.1 seconds is now the gap with the Super Silhouette out in front. We got Aura in second. The front 2 cars not created this side of the Millennium. We got Jensen there in third, 1.9 off the back of Aura, whose fuel is starting to conk out, starting to run out of tyres as well. He goes on for one more. A Floating Brick is really winning esports. Yes, Mumu is absolutely driving the wheels off this thing. He is driving the wheels off this thing. I don't really know how you stop him. If this is how he's driving it to start with, I don't know how you stop this guy. I don't know, but Aura's going to have to be the one that comes up with the answer to that question. Miku far ahead of BX now, 2.5 seconds is the gap there. Javi 1 second off of Keto, and now in a little bit of bother with Syndra. Syndra looking to try and make his way back through the grid again. As for the strategy, I have absolutely no idea. I think everyone has made a singular stop to this point. Well, that being a minute 11, minute 10, depending on what level of tyre you're on, what compound of tyre you're on. Going to make this very interesting with traffic later on. We've already got some people 25 seconds off that front. Never mind, the pit stop is about... I don't actually know how much it is with fuel. I think it's like 10-15 seconds of tyres max. very short pit lane here in Willow Springs here in the States to start with. Continue on. Syndra still trying to get close enough to Abby. Not really going to get there in turn 1. Looking further down. Skyline and Eat My Wake are very close now. It's about 4 tenths of a second. You are Anonyma and Ahmed after that. We look towards the inside of turn 1. No, he will not. He's too far away. Still the 4 tenths of a second. Stopping in the stopgap between these two. It's no longer that. It's now 3 tenths of a second. A good corner here. Might give Eat My Wake a position on Skyline. The few teams with 2 drivers in this lobby, there's only one with 3. And that team is NWR, who currently lead and they're in 3rd. They are picking up a massive point haul in week 1 as it stands. But given the fact that this is a track with a lot of dangerous positions to be in, all it takes is one and everything will turn on its head. Aura is now into the pits for the 2nd time. Currently watch this battle for 12. Beat My Wake is a lot closer. Right, he's about a tenth closer this time than he was last time. A good exit will slingshot him ahead of Skyline. Can he get it? That's a little bit of dirt kicked up from the McLaren in front. He is a lot closer now. About a quarter of a second that splits the 2 as they head towards turn 1. And again, Eat My Wake just not close enough to make a move. Another good corner. He looks to the outside here. He's going to go the long way around, potentially. A dummy switchback at the end of the corner. No, he's not. He's not going to get close enough. He had the opportunity, if he wanted it, to try and hang it on the outside of Skyline there. Chose not to. A little bit further forward. Let's see what's happening here between Aura, Syndra and Javi. There's the 2 close cars in the middle sector. There's Aura in front, onto another set of softs with about half a tank of fuel. We approach the halfway point in this race. Around, Javi needs a good exit. Syndra needs a better one. I think Syndra may have found his better one here. He is definitely chunking down that time. I just don't know if he's got close enough, really, to make anything happen. I think Mumu's just taken the lead of the race on track. Double check that in a minute. We're just watching these 2 attempt to fight it out. I don't think there's going to be anything happening here, so we're just going to go very quickly. I think that was actually maybe Miku and Jensen. Jensen to the inside on Miku. He got the opportunity. He got the position. Miku's going to leave something in. A little bit of contact. And Miku, I think he may have pushed to pass his way through there. But he's still ahead of Jensen nonetheless. He definitely left something in on the NWR car, but I don't know if that'll be enough for the stewards later on. Either way, he's done an excellent job of breaking a half-second gap straight away. Not even giving Jensen a second chance. Not even giving him a second bite of the cherry just to get himself up in the second. Miku just drives off. That's an exceptional 3rd sector there from Miku. He tries to give himself an opportunity here. Jensen, 2.9 seconds ahead of BX. Then you've got Keto and Aura. We'll see Aura maybe try and get something going here. Already on an extra pit stop than the rest of the group. He goes to the inside on Keto here. Yep, Keto didn't even bother to attempt to defend that. I knew he was beat early. Aura just made it down the inside. Made sure there was no real chance of Keto at all. Up into 5th there. Keto has to just keep his nerves here. Javi and Syndra not that far behind. Patty and Q53, those 2 are fighting it out right now. Those 2. Patty has a lot more tyre than Q53 does. I don't think this might be a pit stop at the end of this lap. That front left looks like it's in bits, screaming at him. Wonder if he's going to be able to keep it on the track. Here goes Keto in. Actually, he's going to stay out. Keto's into the pits. Q53 stayed out. Petty is still there as well. Let's see what Marnik can do. Marnik's to front left, doesn't look much better than his teammates. Inferno just trotting along with their strategy. Eat my way, because actually got ahead of Skyline, up into 11th for now. With Anonymous and Ahmed. Ahmed currently sits at the back of the group, a minute 6 back. He might be about to get lapped by a familiar friend turned foe. The Super Silhouette might be about to lap somebody. (11-2) there from Mumu as he tried to keep himself together. Miku has done a very good job at holding Jensen at bay here. Done a very good job of this. 0.8 of a second currently split these two. Jensen, after that mini sector there in sector 2, that mini scuffle between the two of them, never really looked like he was getting anywhere close. It's going to be very interesting to see if that continues in that manner. We'll see, but right now Miku's doing a very good job of holding back, but I think Aura's just got past BX, and he has. Up in the 4th goes Aura, and we might be settling in already after the first race. Might be getting a sneak peek at the championship fight here, you know. And it's not going to be Aura and BX particularly. It'll be FGR and NWR looking for glory here in ALR. Obviously, FGR are your reigning champions. FGR, the white, the yellow, the black, the famous colours now in ALR. On the board at the end of last season. Looking to go for back-to-back. They're going to try and get stopped the entire way by NWR, looking for their first glory here in ALR. Both race and in championship, if that is the case. Javi and Syndra fighting their way down the line. That was almost a finish at the end of the lap. Syndra going the long way. Javi is going to try and force him into as little space as possible. And Syndra finally gets by. Up into 6th goes Syndra, racing in the Falcon colours, no longer under the Falcon banner. Not in ALR anyway. Petty in 8th, Marnik in 9th, Beat My Wake in 10th, Skyline in 11th, Keto in 12th, Q53 in 13th, then Anonymous and Ahmed, who is in massive danger of being lapped right now. And you can see that it's literally just the first turn. Just the first turn here. As we are now over the halfway point. We are on lap 30 of 51 with the lead. 30 of 51 now with 2nd and 3rd. Aura's closing in on Jensen as he goes along. I don't know if he's going to be able to get close enough and ahead by the time his stint... By the time the stint goes in, goes to the end. I've lost my train of thought there, looking at the comments. But yeah, 2.1 now, very close, or closing in from Aura here on Jensen. This might give Miku just a little bit of working room. What is this? What are you particularly asking? I'm not entirely sure what the question is. What cards are these? They're Group 3s. They're some interesting choices of Group 3s, but they are Group 3s. You got a Super Silhouette currently at the front of the grid, followed by a McLaren, a Mazda, and then a 97 Supra. So there are a very large choice here. Miku finally into the pits. He did an exceptional job of defending against defending 2nd position off Jensen there. Exceptional job of that. Brought into a position where FGR might be able to single out Jensen here. We'll We'll see how it goes, but they might be able to single him out. I think that's a pit stop for Marnik as well. It is. Skyline comes in for good measure. 109 is the lead, is the gap spreading the entire field. There you go. That is the distance between Mumu, maybe about to pit, maybe got one more lap left in him actually. And Ahmed, did you see it there in the shot? Just peered into picture. Ahmed, I think, just went into the pits. He did. And we've seen not on track. Mumu has lapped his old, well, his old ALR boss anyway. Over and Jensen, they are close now. We've seen this battle 1,000 times before. One of them is wearing new colours, but it's still the same drivers. We'll see if there's going to be anything in this battle once again. Is this going to be a renewed rivalry between the two of them as they look for glory again this season? Javi into the pits now from 5th. I think BX in as well. They are both into the pits now. Aura dipping into the sand just a little bit. Continue on. Aura is closing that gap 0.5 of a second just to make sure no one else is doing anything. He might wake it into the pits now as well. Marnik and Skyline not that far away, but still far away enough. So we'll go back to this fight. Aura, oh, it looks deep. He's kept it together. That was probably a Code Brown moment there for Aura. He puts a couple of wheels into the dirt. You go driving around Big Willow, you make that kind of error, and you're just going to be lucky. You're going to be thinking to yourself that you don't want to be doing that far many times more. I mean, in comes Jensen then. So Jensen now into the pits. Aura is going to go for an extra couple of laps. He's only pitted once so far, I'm pretty sure. Maybe twice at max, and he is comfortably out in front. That silhouette is absolutely just gone at the moment. Strategy-wise, it's proving a massive benefit for him here. Maybe he stumbled onto something the rest of the group did not. And Petty is into the pit, the third driver for NWR. Now getting his tyres changed, some fuel put in the car as well. Do we go with about 18 laps to go for the end of the race with Mumu here? I reckon this is a pit stop. He doesn't really have much of a choice. There you go, into the pits he goes. I'll bring him a little bit closer to Aura now. New teams, yes. Yes, so I will very much go through the grid, especially Lobby A. We'll go through the entire 15 just for people's sakes who might be new. So, out in front right now, we've got NWR. They are new. They are essentially a team formed, split from what was Falcon, is what my understanding. Mumu and Jensen at the forefront of that team. You know FGR, obviously, from last season, the current reigning champions. And you've got Syndra and company driving in the Falcon colours, but they're now known as Two Oil Kingdoms. As far as I'm aware, you've still got the ALR GT team, you've still got Arix, and you've got INF, Inferno, a Dutch team joining for the first time this season. A couple of drivers in Lobby A for them. Not a bad showing on their debuts. Then we've got also FSC, new team to the server this season. Just the one driver in Lobby A. Actually getting here in itself is a far bigger accomplishment than it has been in prior situations. We also got Project Platypus, as you know, as well. Skyline BX is currently in this lobby. Aura and Mumu here. They've come out together, so Aura technically had the lead of the race for now, but he is under fire, under heavy fire from the silhouette. Going back to introducing the teams in a split second because Mumu is going to the outside, looking to speed. Well, he jumped out, doesn't have the slipstream pace of that silhouette, and is now stuck behind the 97 Supra as they go through turn 1. Aura defending just a little bit here from Mumu. He needs to do so, he needs to take some sort of time out of the NWR driver who is in cruise control at the front of the grid right now. Right now he's been able to do it. Again, nothing really sitting in Those two now going side by side up the hill. The Silhouette trying to put his nose in. Couldn't really find the space to do so. Aura just doing enough defensive work right now, albeit that line looked a little bit shaky. Just to hold off the Silhouette. Yeah, I'm about to say, this is just bizarre world. The 97 Super followed by a Super Silhouette from Nissan trying to fight for first in Esports. These two absolutely enjoying the time here by the looks of things as well. Looks like Aura now got something to defend. Because here we go, the Silhouette gone to the outside again. It got the speed this time. They're going to be side by side through turn one. Aura's going to have the inside line. And Muumu's going to have to back out. Aura defending well, literally by his skin of his teeth, holding on into first place here. Syndra's just gaining a little bit of time, not really an awful lot, with these two fighting out front. The Silhouette has finally got a good run, and that is a brilliant move to the inside. I think Aura, it knew it was coming, but he had no real defense for it. And finally, the Super Silhouette has hit the front again. That was, for a long time, well defended from Aura. He isn't able to sustain it long term. Those tyres starting to just fall away a little bit. And by a little bit, Jesus Christ, that front left. I assume this is a medium tyre to the end here. I can only assume this is going to be a medium tyre for Aura straight to the end. He is into the pits, that's non-surprising. He's going to just try and figure it out. Syndra's going to go on by fairly quickly. Going back to new teams, you've got Ragnarok, which is Monty's team. They've got a couple of drivers that are known in ALR, fairly known in ALR. They are headed by Monty, who was in Tier 4. We've done ANF, we've done FSC. There's GXF as well. They're all in Lobby C today. They're new to the grid. They're a Polish team that Zico brought in for us, so they're new as well. I'm just trying to figure out who is and isn't, who I haven't covered. But I think that's most of them. RCR as well, actually. RCR is a new one. Will be in here. And also Apex Hunter Racing. Those guys will probably not be too happy that I forgot about their existence for a split second, but they've joined us after their showing in the 12-hour endurance as well. So we've got a decent chunk of team that joined us. Obviously, you had the 8 from last season. Everyone would have known in the first place. Those who were here last season especially would have known. Let's see if we've got any battles on the grid. Jensen and Miku again. We saw this earlier on. Miku was the thorn in Jensen's side the entire time. And these two basically in the same position again, on the same tyres. Roughly about the same wear. Maybe not on the rears, but on the fronts. Miku is in a great position to be an absolute nuisance for Jensen once again here. And you know what that means? If he's a nuisance for Jensen, that'll bring him straight into the arms of Aura. Aura might have a chance. Just a slight chance here. If the FGL boys can work together to just hold off Jensen long enough to get them both through, and this might be an opportunity to see them into second and third. 2 steps to the podium would be a great start for the reigning champions. Not quite the best possible start to the defense, but I think Muumu's got that kilo covered off already. Jensen is going to have a real good go at this. Miku is going to have to do some defending or get an excellent exit out this final corner. One of the two has to be true for him to hold on here. It's now up to 5 attempts. Aura behind is now within a second. Then these three are going to go racing. These three know each other so well. And Miku did get that excellent exit that I was talking about, and he held on extremely well against Jensen here. He might be needing a bit more. They go up the hill on lap 39. Miku ahead of Jensen with Aura staring down the barrel of the both of them. Yeah, 15 teams. There is a lot more achievement to this. I feel like there are a lot more spaces and a lot less margin for error. That's a certain. I think this has been exemplified by this first race. We go through Miku ahead of Jensen, Aura directly behind him. Is there anything in this for either driver? Apologies for the sneezing. Oh, Miku's off the track! Miku's off the track! Oh no! And he's round! Full 360! And he's hit the dirt! And he's in trouble! Kito's gonna go after him now! Oh, that is a horrible time to make that error! Not that there's ever a good time to make the error, but now it's probably the worst time he could have picked. That is a really rough time to make that error. Kito in 5th is absolutely having a day of it. All of a sudden, and in terms of fighting out for podiums, that might just have swung back in the favour of NWR here. Jensen, who looked a little bit shaky for a podium in this race, which is not usually what we can say for Jensen, to be honest with you, has been gifted a lifeline. Gifted a spot on this podium potentially. We'll see if Aura's got anything in the tank now. Aura's the last FGR man standing at the front. Syndra into the pits. He'll go on to his final set of tyres for this race. I wonder if there's anything in the tank here for Aura just to get past Jensen. See if he can open up a little bit of a move. Get himself in a second, limit the damage, because a 1-2 here for NWR on the first race of this season. Well, it's not going to do too much, but it certainly is going to set the tone. It's going to let FGR know that they are in a battle if they want to retain this title. Bear in mind, NWR, the team split. The team created as a split from Falcon. The team from last season. And right now they are in a controlling position of this race. They've got the third driver in this lobby as well, so we'll see how he's doing in a split second. Aura 4/10 of a second behind. We'll see what the middle pack is, because the group after this, Syndra through Javi, they'll be completely fighting each other in a split second. All four of them pretty close together, and we've got a few battles that may be emerging on the track. Right now, Aura versus Jensen is probably the one for the highest position. Definitely the one for the highest position. Therefore the most intriguing. Aura, just a slight error there. Just a slight error on the outside of turn 1. That'll give Jensen a little bit of breathing room. Got Kito there with Miku in 6th. Miku's got to fight back to try and get himself into the top 4 here. Damage limitations on his own race after that spin. We got softs for Syndra. This might be a double stop here for Syndra, actually. I don't know if he's going to go to the end on this tyre. I don't think he can go to the end on this tyre, to be honest with you. Miku just trying to go after Kito. Kito has had an absolute blinder of a day for ALR. For Aero GT, even. And maybe the team pretty much sponsored by ALR. Set up. Whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, absolute blinder of a day for them. He's following up what had the blinder of a day when they had it in the 12 hours of Spa as well. Miku trying to get himself up ahead of him. Gonna have to get some sort of working. Those tires are gonna fall off eventually. Albeit they may already be falling off the car for Kito. Javi in a little bit of trouble trying to hold on to the back of these guys. Right now, nothing happening here for Miku. Nothing happening out of turn 1. 7/10 of a second split. Aura and Jensen just looking a little bit further forward. Miku is trying with some sort of maybe a little bit of desperation at this point to go after the McLaren in front of him. McLaren on McLaren, trying to get themselves into this battle for 4th. If they think Syndra's going to pit again, which potentially likely with those soft tyres, and he's only got a quarter of fuel left, we're not sure whether he's going to go to the end. He even got the tyres to do so. Also a fight for P8 there in the background. It might open up here for Keto and Miku to try and get that 4th place, try and sneak in the back door. 3/10 of a second here. Is there an opportunity? It might not be if Miku keeps doing that. He's on the gravel, on the stand again. He's kept it together this time. But boy, that could have been so much worse. He has got to get it together. He's got to find the rhythm again, because he is well and truly out of that rhythm now. That one mistake earlier has thrown him for a loop. Hit him for 6, whatever phrase you want to use. It is not a good sight for Miku right now. Let's bring Javi back into it. Also, what a battle here between 2 INFs in the NWR car. Q53, Marnik, they could potentially both go through here. INF Marnik, a little bit of a tag there on Petty. And Petty holds on for 9 for what has happened there? Q53 just dove off. I think his wheel died. I think either a controller or a wheel or some version of what he's using is just completely disconnected. Because that looked like he just snapped halfway through the corner. Oh, that is incredibly unfortunate. We're about to work together to see if they can get them both in the top half. And that has backfired. And through no fault of their own, man. The Petty, you might want to come off the sand. That is not a good place to do that. Here comes Marnik, looking for some slipstream, looking for a potential move into turn 1. Doesn't get it. That might be a little bit deep from the Ford, however. This will open the door. Around the outside goes Marnik. Is he going to be able to hold it on the outside? He's still there. Rounding, he's actually ahead. He's going to keep rounding the corner. Petty has just slammed that door a little bit shut, though. He's kicked up a lot of dirt in the process, and that's a little bit of a move there to try and keep it together. Marnik now under fire from BX, and I think that is Eat My Wake, not that far back. These 3 are going to fight for 8th. Marnik's got a lot less tyre than the other 2. He's going to find a struggle here in the last 6 or 7 laps. Yeah, I still don't have my keyboard yet. I need to actually get it now I've been paid. Yeah, I will. I'm going to look into that for the week, actually. Cause oh, Marnik dove in! Marnik into the pits. We've got Keto, Javi, and Miku here. Miku is ahead of Keto right now. Miku along the outside, but he's too wide here. Far too wide here. He might be under fire. He's kicking up a lot of dirt. He might be passed here by both. Keto up in a 5th. Javi trying to go the long way. At the inside line now. And he's going to take it from Miku, who drops to 7th. And the door is going to be slammed shut here. And it is, yeah, Miku drops to 7th. Keto up into the top 5. Javi takes 6th. Javi looks to be in the best position of the 3. Jensen still a half second ahead of Aura. The tyre's falling majorly away from that Mazda than it is the 97 Super in the background then. No, I don't think you could. I'll get it. Don't worry about me. Yeah, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me here. I don't send me stuff. Oh, Miku! Just slided his round. Oh, that's just slided his car around there. Again, just since that mistake, it's just been one after another after another. It's compounding all the time. And he just can't keep it together. It's just been... He just hasn't kept it together. He just lost all sorts of rhythm since that mistake. It has been massive. He's round again. He's round again, and now he's at the mercy of Petty and company. Miku has got to get the rhythm back for the last 4 laps. He is struggling. Struggling badly. Everything just seems to be turning one after another. It's a mistake after a mistake after a mistake for FGR right now. What looked like a potential double podium has fallen quite the way off that. Aero is trying his best to get after Jensen. Jensen just about holding on. The tires are worse. Let's see, Javi 1.1 behind Keto. Keto in that top 5 is absolutely loving life. If you gave that to him at the beginning of the day, I think he would have bit your arm off and just ran with it. Mama, yeah, with wheel issues, I thought it was. It looked very straight on. It looked very straight on. Oh, that didn't sound like good either. I thought it was Miku again. Imai Wake had got himself into the top 10. He's just benefited from existing in this race. I don't think he really complains. FSC will not complain either, to be completely honest with you. That's a fairly decent showing for him on his day, for the team on his debut. One thing's for sure, NWR are going to have a handsome lead of this championship. Oh, that's Ahmed. That's Ahmed facing the wrong way. Ahmed is having an absolute nightmare. 147 down. 147 down, and definitely not the day that Ahmed would have wanted for the new team on their debut. Two Oil Kingdoms getting something from Sidran, not getting something from the captain. I think that, yeah, that is a really unfortunate turn of events for INF this afternoon. He might actually get BX here. There still might be something in this for FSC. I don't know what Petty's tires look like either. They don't look good. There is still a chance if Imai can get a couple of laps together right at the end of this race, he might get more than one. There's Miku, who's been liable for a mistake or 5 in this race. Aura's run out of time here. I think Aura's just running out of clock to try and get Jensen to stop the 1-2. He has got to get it together on this last couple of laps. We're on lap 50 of 51. And quite frankly, there's only been one winner. That's a certain. I really think there's anything in that for Aura. Nothing in that for Javi either. Imai Wake is right on the back of BX. This might be something in this. BX is going to struggle with those tyres significantly worse than the GTR they're currently watching. There is an opportunity. There is a stream up. I don't have it open, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. Here we go. Imai Wake looks to the inside. I should have taken a look there. He doesn't quite go for that. There is an opportunity. The old door was open if he could have done it there. Out of turn 2. He's going to have to wait just a little while longer. Almost an entire minute now off the back of Mumu at the front. I'm actually going to take a quick look and see where he is. He might not be far from the end of this race. There's Aura and Jensen. We're going to stick with the lead for now because he's about to go, well, halfway through the lap. He is one corner away from complete and utter domination in the silhouette. The super silhouette, not a car anybody by any means would have had on their radar, but the strategy in it today has been impeccable, and on their debut in the States, they are going on to win. NWR bring it home with Mumu, who wins at Willow Springs. Jensen and Aura are fighting it to the line. I don't really think there's going to be anything in this for Aura. Unless he's going to get the almighty final corner. He does, but unfortunately hits too much gravel. And it's a 1-2 on their debut as Jensen comes over the line for second. Aura will get third. Syndra's the next one over. He's been, to be honest with you, he's been on his own for at least 20 laps. We continue to watch fifth then. So Syndra over the line as Two Oil Kingdom get themselves fourth. Decent run for him. Keto, however, what a day for him. Javi in sixth. Might be slightly disappointed with that, but I don't know in general. Miku, who will be incredibly heartbroken after that spin, and then another one, and then another one after that. And then he got Petty in eighth on what has been an exceptional day for NWR. He might wait, got ninth in the end, got BX. And a decent day for FSC on their debut. BX can only suffer for 10th. Skyline will get 11th. Marnik is somewhere in the gravel. I'm not entirely sure where he is. He's over in 12th. Anonymous 13th. Q53 had wheel issues that stopped him out the top 10. And Ahmed, well, I think less said about Ahmed's race, the better. There you go. What a race that is from the Super Silhouette. That is insane. I would not have penciled the Super Silhouette winning. Never mind winning by 24 seconds. I completely honest with you, did never saw that one coming. Quite frankly, I think Mumu would be lying to you if he told you he saw it coming. Clearly the 87, 97 got the old cards, apparently. I'm not entirely sure where this has come from. I'm completely honest with you. The Citron is one of those underused cards that's turned into a gold, into a gem recently. I just don't understand how. That top three is just such a random assortment of cards. I challenge you to go to any any sort of esports event, any event, probably full stop, and challenge you to find a weirder front three than that. Either way, what a start to the season. A couple of teams are going to love their start. A couple of teams might want to go back to the drawing board already. We'll see how they adapt for the second race. That second race coming the same time next week. We will take... so it'll be next week. The Citron was good a couple months ago. Yeah, the Citron... It's been one of those that we've slowly come onto, especially in ALR. It's been slowly but surely coming onto that track, kind of thinking. Seeing more and more of it. But yeah, Red Bull Ring next week. I hope everyone continues to join us then. Hopefully, we've got a couple extra commentators. Hopefully. But I'm not promising anything. Until then, I've been Pyro. I will see you guys, same place, same time, next week. Peace.